Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and by the title of this video, you know it's about to be some bull. I've been quiet. I didn't really have much to say for a long time. I really haven't scratched the surface, and today I still don't want to scratch the surface. So, as you guys know, a year ago I left Canada, and I did it for my own safety and the safety of my children. And you know, that didn't go over well with some people. Now we're here. Last year, my ex was online and he told you guys that, you know, that there were warrants out for my arrest in Canada and that I would be going to jail or prison, that I had 30 days. Stupid. He said a lot, and obviously those 30 days passed, and obviously I didn't go anywhere. Let's fact check. Is there a warrant in Canada for my arrest? Probably. Should there be? Absolutely not. Now, why I say there shouldn't be is because in 2023, after I left, my ex and his at the time lawyer had insisted I come back to Canada. When I first got to Jamaica, my intention was always to go back and forth between the two places, right? I fortunately have a great career where I can do that, right? And so that was my intention, to travel, to be able to travel back and forth. But then that's not what happened, because they were trying to force me back before I was ready to go back. And so because they were trying to force me, I said, look, I'm not fighting. Okay, this is April 6th, 2023. I said, I'm not fighting. If Jacob would like for the children to be returned to Canada, he can come and get them on April 6th, 2023. That's what I said to his lawyer. I said, give me an itinerary. I will make sure that the children are ready to be returned at that time. They replied to me and refused to pick the children up. Now, did I want to send my kids back? Obviously not, because why did I leave? I left because of my safety and their safety. So why would I send my kids back? Well, because I knew that if I didn't send them back, that I would probably end up with what? A warrant or other kinds of legal problems that I just did not want. Now, I was very weak at that time. I can say that, you know, I don't know where my brain would have been or gone once if they had said, okay, fine, we'll be there on April 12th and pick them up, right? Like, I don't know where my head was gonna be at, because I know that in those moments I was still healing and processing the trauma of the last 11 years at the time, right? And so it probably wouldn't have been, you know, a good thing. It definitely wouldn't have been a good thing, but that's where we were at. Now, had they come on April 6th, or sorry, if we had arranged at that time, April 6th, for them to come and get the children, I wouldn't be making this video today, that's for sure. You know, I was never, ever withholding my children from that man. When I was in Canada, I made sure that the calls and whatever was supposed to happen was happening. But I'm not even here to talk about that today. We're not getting into all that. Y'all don't care about that. The reason I'm sitting before you today is because I got an email to Botox. So I think he needs some advice. I think he needs some advice, baby, and I got some advice for him. I do. My ex-husband emailed Botox, so let's see what he said. And you guys can give me your thoughts and opinions, but I got some advice for him since he emailed Botox. Do you really want the children to be reported as missing children in Jamaica and be unable to attend school? Mind you, my kids are about to graduate. Right, Belle's going to the next grade. Salem's going to grade 1. Okay, she has her graduation ceremony coming up. School is essentially over, right? We're in June. Do you really want to have a warrant for your arrest in Jamaica? So I already got warrants in Canada, apparently, right? I've not seen the warrants. I don't know that they actually exist, but they probably do, because I mean, he can't just be flapping his gums, right? Or he could be, but like, whatever. This is not a game. You are ruining 4 lives. He don't give a damn about me nor these kids, but we're not even gonna talk about that right now. Do you want the police to find you and strip you of the children and put them in foster homes while they wait to be sent back to Canada? Imagine your house being raided by police and the girls being taken away. Visualize that. That's what's going to happen if you don't stop. All right. A few things, because we know that he is, of course, a foster child, right? And his family is a long line of foster children. right? We know that. But my house being raided by the police is nothing new, because when I was with this man, my house was raided by the police. I never told that story time on here. My house was raided by the police. Yes, it was. So this would be the second time in his life that the police would be raiding my house because of him. So this is nothing new. And this don't put no fear in my heart, okay? I fear the Lord and the Lord alone. And that's on period. See, I used to fear you, Jacob. I used to fear you. I used to be scared, terrified, shaking in my boots, all right? Because we're not going to sit and act like you threatening to break my jaw was the only time that you ever threatened me or my mother. We're not going to sit and act like you didn't create havoc for 10 years. We're not going to sit and act like this man didn't instill fear in me for over a decade, okay? For the sole purpose of making sure I wouldn't leave him. Because I was his recidivism. That's why he ain't been in no problem or trouble. Because I kept it on the hush. I prayed and I sat quietly while he got to do whatever he wanted to do, criminally and non-criminally. I've witnessed. But on the topic of foster care, I think that this is so crazy. Because if you are working with the police and you want to send the police into my home to raid it, to take the children away and throw me in a Jamaican prison, if that is what you want to do, I'm a little perplexed as to why, if you are working this closely with the police, you wouldn't be here in Jamaica the day that they raid the house and pry these kids out of my hands. I am confused as to why you wouldn't be sat in Jamaica waiting to collect Salem, Bellamy, and Nola and bring them back to Canada. Why would they go into foster care? Are you broke? Do you not have the money to get on a plane and fly 3 children and yourself back over to Canada? Why would they go into foster care? That makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. None of this makes sense. But let me keep reading. The thought of the girls being put into care makes me sick. So why haven't you jumped on a plane yet? He's never messaged me and said, look, I want to talk to the girls. Can they FaceTime me? He's never messaged me and said anything of the sort. He's never, my sister lives in the same province as him, Quebec. He never once reached out to the sister that is most likely to have my contact. He went to everybody else. He went to Tasmanian Devil. I don't talk to that girl. He went to Cupcake. I don't talk to her. He never went to the one sister that could get in contact with me. Something's not adding up. Something is not adding up. And obviously, the thought of the girls getting put into care is making your hard. It's making your hard. It's not making you sick. It's not. Because you would never even think that that would be a solution while they wait to be sent back to Canada. So you're not coming to get them? Sent back to Canada for what? They are Jamaican citizens. We are Jamaican citizens. Gag. They're not here illegally. So there's no reason for them to be sent back. Now, if you wanted to come and get them, if you step your bread up and put your money where your mouth is, instead of spending money on lawyers and spiritualists and obia workers and witchcraft doctors, all kinds of foolishness, you and your crusty ass mama, Lord forgive me. If y'all would stop spending the money on the wrong things, you would have had the money to get on the plane, book them tickets, and of course, you're going to have to buy some passports now. So be prepared to take photos. Should the Lord allow you to live another day, should my God in heaven allow you to create any more havoc in my life or my children's lives, that's what you ought to be doing. Instead of wasting time, wasting the court's time, wasting my time, child. My time is precious, baby. That's why I haven't given you any of it. You are blessed right now to be getting addressed, Jacob. You are blessed. It's been, I don't even know when I stopped talking to this man. I don't even know. I've not addressed this man. I've not addressed him. Let me get back to the email. The thought of the girls being put into care makes me sick. And that's exactly what's going to happen if you don't surrender. I surrendered to Jesus Christ. And he paid it all, baby. You should ask him to pay it all so that you can afford them damn tickets is what you should be doing. That's what you should be doing. Talking to me about putting my kids into foster care like your bummy family has been in foster care. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Foster care? Really? This is not the first time though. Remember they called CAS on me? They've been trying to put the kids into the system. And you know what God said? God said, absolutely not. we're gonna remove you from the system altogether. And here he come. Here he come. You lay down with dogs, you catch fleas. You catch fleas. Look upon me. Like, really? Living on the run for the rest of your life? Question mark. The police and my lawyers are currently working with Google to have your channel unmonetized. What my channel got to do with anything? See now y'all are affected. What did my subscribers do to you, Chucky? What is going on? Because you're a fugitive and wanted. Listen, I don't know if they could do that. And at this point, I don't care. Because guess what? If the police are going to raid my house and take away my children, and I go to jail for standing up for myself, like Rosa Dan Parks, for standing up for myself and my kids, and advocating for myself and my kids because nobody wanted to listen to me. And I ain't got the time, okay? I ain't got the time for no foolishness. So, if that is the case, and the police come in here and raid my crib and take my kids and put them in foster care while they wait to be sent back, okay? The wording is crazy here because why aren't you ready to come and get them? It's been so long. Oh, they didn't release the baby bonus to you yet. I've been raising my kids with no baby bonus. Baby bonus got snatched. And my kids are where? Where are my kids? My kids are here. And I don't get baby bonus, but that's okay. I don't need it. To God be the glory that I don't need it. My kids are in private school, thriving, happy, going to the pool, going to the beach, happy. He's not put in any effort. He done stole money out the account last year. Tried to defraud my credit card last year. When was this ever about the well-being and safety of my children? It could never have been. It could never have been. He said, what are you gonna do then? Baby, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because guess what? If I don't have my children, I ain't got a reason to work. I don't need to work hard. I work hard for them. To buy them a house, to leave them a house in Jamaica. I work hard for them. I don't work for me. I don't work hard for me. I could care less about me, child. I work hard for them. So guess what? If I don't have them, what I need to work hard for? I couldn't work anyway because you said I'm going to jail. You said I'm going to prison. So if my channel's unmonetized and I'm in prison, I'm certainly not going to be uploading from there, right? So what are you working with Google for to get my channel unmonetized? Listen, y'all, if this is my last video, baby, I saw it go sometimes. I saw it go. It's always been out of my hands. I didn't move myself here. God moved me here. And he ain't bring me this far to leave me nor forsake me, period. So like I said, my advice to you, Mr. Jacob, is to repent. And when you're done doing that, ask God for strategy. And when you're done doing that, how about you come correct? Because the last line in this email is, and I quote, all I want is to co-parent and for the girls to get the life they deserve. Only you can make that happen because I'll never quit. Thanks. Okay, let's co-parent. I'm open. Baby, I'm open to co-parent. It was never an issue about co-parenting. Matter of fact, I begged you to co-parent with me. You refused because you wanted to have your cake and eat it too. You wanted to be in control. Well, let's co-parent. I would love for nothing more than to co-parent. But that doesn't mean that we need to be in the same vicinity. You want to talk to the children 24/7? No problem. But that's not what you want. Because if you message me, if you email Botox again for follow-up advice, and you say, okay, when can I talk to the kids? You know what I'm gonna say? Right away. Because I was never keeping them from you. That's not what happened. The fact of the matter is, Jacob, you tried to ruin my life the minute I met you. And have stopped at nothing because the demons that are using you as a host, you've allowed them to. You're not apologetic. And that's okay. Because I forgive you anyway. Don't need any apologies from you. Would like, just like you, is to co-parent. Now you want unlimited FaceTime calls? We can do that. Because the truth of the matter is, if we flip it and reverse it, no Missy Elliott, isn't that what would happen? If I send the kids back to Canada, what's gonna happen? How's the co-parenting gonna work? What's gonna happen? They're gonna get unlimited FaceTime calls with me? No, that's not what's gonna happen. And I'm not FaceTiming my kids. But you, who was never there, who never cared, who was abusive, who was neglectful, you can FaceTime every day of the week if you want. But you struggled to do that, didn't you? And I fought you about it, didn't I? And then I pulled your card and I did what you do. I went missing. I went Houdini on you. I pulled a you on you and you didn't like it. And that day was the day that he started saying that I was alienating my kids from him. Isn't that right? May of 2022. The minute I pulled a him on him, he started claiming that I was alienating the kids. I couldn't believe my eyes. I could because I was warned in therapy, but that's how it all began. And now we're here. But the truth of the matter is, if this was about co-parenting and not control, you would have been tried to contact the kids. You would have stopped you wouldn't have been threatening me, because this is not the first time he's sent some kind of crazy email to me or my mother, because I saw that she is CC'd on this email. It's not the first time. Everything's always threats. You're going to prison. You're a fugitive. You got 30 days, stupid. It's never been, let me try to come at her correct, see what she do. You know I've been giving you grace, child. You know my body. You know I'm a nice girl. Until I'm not. I've given grace upon grace upon grace. Grace till I look stupid. Grace till I look like Boo Boo the damn fool. You know I'm full of grace. If you ever would have came at me correct, the co-parenting could have been happen. But that's not what you did. You tried to instill fear. You tried to pay whoever, whenever, and you pop up with your fear mongering. And it's always the same. These threats of me being stripped away from my children just because he didn't have a mother. He had a witch. Just because he didn't have a mother. They want to put my kids in foster care? Put your money where your mouth is. Stop paying lawyers and demons. The wrath of the Lord is on your hairline. Stop paying the wrong people. Save your money, put your money where your mouth is, and hop on a plane if the good Lord will let you. And that is my only advice. Outside of that, leave me the hell alone. God removed you from my life because you were a cancer, a blood-sucking cancer. You were removed. I didn't want any of this. Now, if you're working with Google to get my channel unmonetized, and if you're working with the police to raid the home and traumatize our children, do you? But what you really need to be doing, if you're dead ass serious, is trying to, one, make contact with the children peacefully so that they can know who the hell you are. And two, once they're comfortable and say, you know what, mommy? We want to go to Canada. We're ready to go. They can literally go. If Mr. I'm not going to quit isn't going to quit. Because I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. I'm not going to sit up here every 3 months, every 6 months, once a year, whatever it is. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. The fact of the matter is, everything that he had put in court documents was always filled with lies. And very minute things that would go over somebody's head. But the courts never lived in the home, so they can't verify anything. So if he wants to lie till he blue in the face, because that's what he do, that's what he gonna do. And the courts, they eat this stuff up. I'm not the first person to do what I did. I'm not gonna be the last. The difference between me and everybody else is they're not YouTubers. They didn't do it publicly, shamelessly, loudly, boldly, just like the Israelites when they crossed the Red Sea, period. And so just like Esther, which if you're in my membership, then you know what I'm about to say. If I perish, I perish. And that's on God. Because one thing we're not gonna do is think that this is a carnal matter. This is literally spiritual wickedness in high places, okay? The thing is, everything that he's tried to do hasn't worked because I'm divinely protected. Everything he has tried to do has not worked. Every little spell they've tried to cast has been flown back onto their own heads, and they're gagging. Gagging. They're like, what is this? They try to send fiery darts this way, and they are getting rerouted by the grace of God. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because if you are gonna go as far as editing, photoshopping your criminal record and submitting it to a court to make you look less dangerous than you are, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing, because that's what he did. But I have the paper copy of the criminal record. So when I see the edited version of it, I'm like, that ain't the criminal record. Everything he does is a lie. There's one court document where on the one of the last things on there says that even Nola participates in the FaceTime calls. She remembers me. That was the vibe of it. Bold-faced lie. Nola had never been on a call because when he left the home, she was under 1. And when the girls started FaceTiming their father, Nola refused to allow me to leave the room. So she would never go over to the iPad to talk to him. But in the affidavit, signed document, he put that the child remembers him and communicates with him on FaceTime. She couldn't even talk. What's she communicating to you? Goo goo gaga? Literally, when I saw it, I'm like, this man will lie about anything. He will lie about anything. And I don't deal with liars no more. You're born from the father of lies, and that's all you do. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 and lie again. And I ain't got time. I don't have the time Stop lying. Put your money where your mouth is. Book some plane tickets and let us know how serious you are instead of parading around online, doing the most, trying to stop my bag. Who you is? Nicki Minaj? Chill. Where do they do this at? Like, I should have known you were a Fed when you tried to dress me in all black and drag me to a payphone to call a detective to tell them who murdered Kissinger. I should have known you were a Fed then. I ain't never seen nobody named Shooters in town. Mr. I bust gun, I pepper a man's skin. I ain't never seen nothing of this sort where you are working closely with the authorities now. Mr. Home Invasion, you tough, right? Put your money where your mouth is or shut up. Stop threatening me with jail and prison and police raiding my house. Like, stop it. It's pathetic. Put your money where your mouth is and hop on a plane. And make sure my kids' tickets are booked before you even get here. I want to see the itinerary. First class, too. Business class. I want to see the itinerary. And that's just it. And nobody's saying nothing to me about anything. I don't care if you agree with me or not. This is not about you. It's not about Jacob. It's not even about me. None of this. This is way bigger than anything anybody even realizes. And y'all can go and take that to the Lord and ask him about it. Period. If the God in heaven that I serve will allow this situation to go past today, it is what it is. And just like that, it's a wrap.